have a question for you, please. For people who wants to present offers for the short sales properties, can you guide us, please, a little more about that?
What do you want to know about it?
For example, you say the bank will accept 80% net. So that means the bank is going to, what's going to pay the bank? Because with a regular client, we can negotiate, right? What they are going to pay. But with this short sale, I don't know what really is going to pay the bank.
Well, so the bank's already taking less, so they're already taking a loss. And so for them, like with the number that we have the property listed at is typically already below what is owed. And so they're just wanting to recoup at least 88% of what the market value is, which is typically the number that they have us putting it at for the as is market value. And based on the condition and everything like that and what the comps are showing as is. And so they are wanting to net around 88% of that. Now, the longer the house sits on the market or the longer the house has been in the short sale program, they will go down to 86, 84, 82, 80 to 78. So it just depends on how long the property sit on the market. And also different banks are accepting different percentages right now. And it just depends on what additional liens, debt, HOA, and taxes are also due.
Okay, so if we want to present an offer, we will have to kind of guess what's going to be the best offer, or
it's pretty much reverse math.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, if your buyer is asking for closing cost assistance, the bank will assist with some, but not like a whole lot. Because again, it's based on their net of what pretty much the government, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, and the investors associated with that bank are wanting to accept. And so think of it as like you're working with a normal seller and they have certain net they need to make to where they're not bringing anything out of pocket. Same thing for the bank. They have a certain net that they are willing to accept.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We can discuss it a little after as kind of what your buyer's thinking and get it all worked out.
Yes, please, because that is going to be really useful to know everything in detail. So be prepared for now and for coming.
Well, and there's times, I mean, it's just like whenever you have a buyer that's wanting to buy a house. I mean, the seller can be listed at X. The bank is going to then counter. You know, it's the same as any normal listing where the seller may counter because they're like, hey, I can't accept that. I'm going to counter at this. It's the same thing with a bank.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I got a question for the group. So I want to attack some expired listings. Do y'all have a script or a letter? So I'm gonna go into Matrix and find them, and then I'm gonna go make a little bag and drop it off at their doorstep. Do y'all have a letter already pre-made that talks about, hey, give me a shot, basically?
Come to the office next Tuesday, Michael. I cold call expireds. You can see my script.
But where do you get their number from? If I'm looking them up on HAR.
There's sources. Joey put me on this. Joey put me on myplusleads.com. There's a lot of different services, but I subscribe to that. And so you can get FURBOs, FISBOs, expireds, cancels, whatever. And I just created just like a straight data feed. So whenever they hit the list, it just feeds right into my Go High Level account. And it's a speed of lead thing as well. Because once they hit that list, everyone and their mama is calling them. So you got to boom, 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 go quick and stand out. Right, you got to stand out. I think the dropping the thing off you're talking about, that's cool. That's another way to stand out because everyone's going to be blowing up their phones. So you got to be really good on the phones and talented to get that thing, or maybe do something that most agents won't do. I don't think anyone's going to drop off a little gift like you're talking about. But I'd say come by the office next week, hear me cold call to kind of give you maybe an idea of a letter you can probably put together. Maybe just get the bullet points of what the letter should say, plug it into Claude, and tell Claude to make you a letter and print it out. Good to go.
Okay, thanks.
I'm going to add on to that and say definitely come into the office next week for Eat Week. Monday, I am going over listings. Tuesday, I'm doing short sales, which I actually show how to identify basically short sales out of expired properties, but I can show you how to find it within Matrix and Remind. And so I do all of that. So yeah, you want to know how to find them, we can teach you.
Is there a best day? You know, since I got to come in, I'm like an hour in. Is there a day that you think would be the best day to come in? I don't know
Every
if I can
day.
make every day.
Irony just sent out the schedule, so it should be on your calendar to where you should be able to see. And then the schedule, I know Monday is lease listings, Tuesday is I'm going over short sales, and Joe's doing leases. Of course, there's more on each day, but those are the ones we're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
I think Joe, what day do you come in and do your expired lead gen? So that way he can sit. I think that's kind of where you were going, Joe, right?
9 a.m. to 11 a.m. whenever in the office. So it's a non-negotiable daily thing. So I think I'm in the office usually like Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. That's kind of my thing. But next week, yeah, I'm teaching EAT Tuesday. So I'm for sure going to be in the office Tuesday, and probably next week I'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Will that be like Zoomed? Will that be like a Zoom call option also, like the whole week? Like what I'm asking is every class going to be like this where I can join a call and get the information?
Yes, all of Zoom or all of EAT is on Zoom.
Thank you, Chelsea.
If you go to Zoom, ain't no going to be there. Go to Google.
No, you know what I meant.
Yeah, the links are in the calendar, Mike.
I got to go to a closing at 9. You want to kick off Win to Learn because I got a
Yeah,
crazy one.
I was just looking at. I think we're good. Yeah, we could start with Ace.
Oh, I was finding the unmute button. Win this week. Just the ability to continue to help agents and clients and sellers and homeowners just navigate through the changes in the market as far as distressed properties, short sales, pre-foreclosure, just helping agents gain knowledge in order to help preserve our market, because the more properties that we have to go into foreclosure, the more it affects overall comparables for future listings and future sales. And so by working short sales and learning how to help preserve the market with sellers and everything like that, not going into foreclosure, that's kind of been a big win this week. It's resulted in a lot of referrals. Super grateful for that. I guess learn would be slowing down and just consistently bettering the systems that we have, because we're breaking our little internal systems on our loss mitigation division, which is a fantastic thing, but just learning how to, and Claude has been a huge, fantastic help doing the Claude Chrome extension, Claude Desktop, Claude Cowork, and literally having it organize my emails, help me follow up and follow up boss, and actually drafting texts and emails for me, and also organizing my calendar so I can keep my tasks on order. So huge learn that week. And also next Wednesday after Cindy's class, I'm doing a 1 hour for EAT on AI and how to integrate it and make your life a little easier. So there's a little plug for that too.
So you're gonna show on Wednesday how to integrate Claude with your other stuff?
Honestly, it depends on who else shows up, because it is something that takes time to download. And so I could show the gist of like, hey, this is how and what you will need to download and do, but it will not be a full setup session. That'll be something that basically we're going to be going over Gemini, Claude, and Chat, and how you can utilize each of those, not just focusing solely on Claude too.
Okay, cool.
We may have to do another, I'll talk to Ozzy and we'll figure out a time that would be good for doing an actual Claude integration class.
All right. Thank you. Who's next?
You're
Jack?
very welcome.
Jackie, what is your win and your learn?
Okay. My learn for this week. Be ready. Be ready when somebody needs your help. The client that I connect by Aussie this week or by the open house, she want me to run away to check that house that day. And then I connect her with the lender and she already got approved and she's moving forward. So when I need to be ready, be ready. I was happy that I was here in Katy, able to help her out. So that is one learn. The other one is learn and what? Sorry.
Win and learn. Was that your learn?
Winning.
Yeah, what was your win?
Winning for me all the time is to be in the team. All the time you get help or feedback or something that help you to grow in personal way and also in your business. So that is a win for me all the time.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, Jackie.
Mhm.
Mike, what is your win and your learn?
Win is I had to run to the post office the other day and ran into like my daughter's French teacher, and who my daughter was in French for like 4 years and used to go to like they'd go over to her house and make macarons and watch French movies, all the things that nerdy French kids do. And she told me that she's retired and she's moving out of the area. She's moving to Blanco. She already has a house in Blanco, but she hasn't put her house up for sale yet. So I told her, hey, I'm a real estate agent now. She's like, oh, I didn't know that. So I think I might get a lead out of that. I might get a client out of that here coming up. So that's my win. And then learn. It's been kind of a slower week for me. So I'm just going to say my learn is being on this call every day and just listening to you guys. Every little bit helps. Y'all don't realize that, but when you're a young agent, all of it helps. So this is my learn.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Joe, go. Joe Mama, go.
My win is also my learn. It's all in one shot. And it's tooting Jennifer Grube's horn a bit. This was going to be probably the hardest file. She even told me this was probably the hardest one for her too. And I called her, it's a lot to it. I'm going to kind of summarize it short and sweet. Buyer had got 401k funds check, not deposited into his account, check. So obviously there's going to be a clearing situation there. So that was a whole extension scenario. It was like a 3-week hold on the funds. I'm like, bro, we got to close Friday. So figure it out. Got to go to your bank, raise hell. Don't rob it, but raise hell every day and get them to clear it sooner. He got it from like 3 weeks down to like 1 week. All right, cool. All right, so that helps, but we got to extend. We're extending again. Jennifer says, hey, okay, this is the only condition, but something just popped up. His name showed up on some fraud thing, whatever, the underwriter, that he's got a business. Got a business. Does Paul have a business? Paul don't got no business. He's W-2, straight up. He ain't got no business. Paul, do you got a business? Paul, straight answer. Do you have a business? Yes or no? Kind of, sort of. I don't know. Let me talk to my tax person. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Jennifer, what do you need? Tax returns. Okay. Paul, give me tax returns. I don't got tax returns. Where are the freaking tax returns? Gets IRS transcript. Lo and behold, there's some kind of business, like a fake business on there. Tax preparers sometimes do this. They'll make a fake business when someone's making a good amount of money so they can save a lot of money on taxes. So there's this fake business that exists that Paul doesn't know about, allegedly. And he's got a $30,000 loss. I'm like, oh, shit. But it's Jennifer. Jennifer doesn't need tax returns to close. W-2s are fine. But then the fact that his name popped up, underwriter sees it, can't unsee it. So I'm like, all right, we'll figure it out. So I told Paul, remember in the beginning, if anyone's going to close this, it's going to be her. No one else is going to close it. He's like, I remember you telling me and I believe it. So let's do it. So seller said, we're not going to extend. all that time, we're not going to extend unless we get 175-day per diem until we close. That's going to be like $2,500. I said, go to hell. It ain't going to happen. Crazy. We ain't got that kind of money. We barely got the 20K trying to clear. It ain't going to happen. So we get that condition removed, whatever, the per diem that they're trying to throw out there, and just said, look, let's just throw the Hail Mary. We'll go ahead and not fight you on the earnest money release. If we don't close, we'll just, let it go. Shout out to Chelsea, kind of throwing that idea out there, right? And so just kind of just kind of meet on that. Let's just do that. And I said, Paul, you're good with that? There's a good chance you're not going to close. You're going to lose your earnest money. You're good with that? This is all we got. There's a last shot. He said, all right, I trust you guys. I believe in it. Jennifer, I believe in her. Let's just do it. It is what it is. All right, we did that. Agreed. Funds cleared sooner. And told Paul Sunday, go to church, get on your knees, pray as hard as you can, because this is going to be all in God's hands. And we're going to do our part and leave it to God. And so got all the docs we needed to get. I helped them with go to Harris County, close your business, whatever, get these docs going, like get all this stuff proof that it's closed, get that in motion. And got all that in motion, submitted everything Wednesday afternoon for clear to close. Jennifer texted me and Chelsea 3 p.m. yesterday. We got the clear to close, and I'm just in shock. I'm like, I'm preparing for, like, I need to have that hard conversation. Paul, hey, we told you, we tried. It is what it is. It wasn't meant to be. I'm getting ready for that conversation. Now I'm like, Paul, I don't know what to say. Like, you got it. Like, it was meant to be. It's all God. He's like, yeah. He was calm. He was stressed the hell out. He couldn't sleep. Texted me 2 a.m, 5. Can't sleep. So I'm just like, and I just felt the peace in his voice. I just heard it, the calm. And I'm like, yeah, this is 100% all God and 1% Jennifer. And that, even though it's really a lot of Jennifer too, but just is all God at this point. And so we're closing today, and God willing, right? So hopefully no act of God happens on the way, but we're closing today, 3:00. I got to close in at 9 for another one. So, but that's my win and learn, is like all of my learn is all of that. Like everything I just went through there, like there's a lot of learning in that. So I'll be in the office next week if y'all want to learn more how Jennifer Group just closes the impossible. So that is my win and learn.
That is nice. I'm just looking for my bell. Ding, 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 ding. Ashley, good morning. What is your win and your learn?
Good morning. How are you guys doing? Mine probably isn't as great as Joe's. He's usually very hard to follow. But my learn this week has been a struggle. I have this lady I've been helping, trying to use her Section 8 voucher to purchase a home. And we just keep hitting a wall, even with different down payment assistance programs. It just hasn't been enough. So she's gone from the single family new construction program. She tried to use Harris County's down payment assistant. Harris County has some renovated home program. The houses were still too much. And we were getting her approved for the $75,000 down payment assistance. And not long after she submitted all her documents, they ran out of funding. She's even done the land bank, the City of Houston land bank program. All the homes have still been too much for her final mortgage payment. So I never want to feel like I'm giving up on anybody or quitting, but I feel like I'm getting to a point to where I think she needs to be with someone who can better help her and better serve her and be committed to assisting her. So I'm in transition now to find someone else who can commit to her more than I can right now. My win is my 2 boys run track, and they qualified in shot put and the 4x100 and the 4x400 relay. So we'll be going to College Station next weekend for them to run. So I'm excited about that.
That's exciting too. I mean, that's exciting about your boys. It kind of makes me a little sad about your client, like that you feel that way, because I know how you feel. But I don't know, like when you say you're gonna look for someone else to help her, like is there's, and I'm just asking because I'm just thinking through me, but like, is there something maybe you could maybe do different to help her? Like, I'm not saying that you're giving up, but
I don't know what else I can do. So even before she was officially qualified for her housing voucher, this makes a year or two I've been working with her because I helped her get qualified for the Section 8 home ownership program. But a lot has changed. Number one, the what is it? The payment standards for housing has changed significantly because I mean I've helped other ladies and we had no problem initially getting homes at 240 and whatever else. And I don't even remember her using any down payment assistance. The last one I did, I know she had gotten some money from the seller and then she had savings. They have to have like a IDA savings account, but I don't remember it being all of this. But at the same time, I've had to have a conversation with her, you know, as far as the homes that we do find. She's going to have to kind of be flexible. It's not going to be your forever home. So we had one that we found. It was in Trinity Gardens. The only problem with the home was that it was on a very narrow street, which I understood, you know, but her argument on the home was that she wanted to be able to have her family over for family gatherings, and there really wasn't a lot of space in the driveway. But like I tried to explain to her, I understand that, but at the same time, this is not your forever home. If you're looking for a home for you and your daughter to live in, because we're already having a hard time finding something that hits every guideline, every threshold. Even when Bernard and Shamika came, what was that, Tuesday, Wednesday?
mm-hmm.
I had talked to them and Shamika said she could do it. But then when I talked to the lender, she was like, oh, the tax rate is too high. It would have put her monthly mortgage $100 over where it needs to be. And they won't approve it. It doesn't matter if it's $3, $5, $10, $20. They won't approve it.
Well, I'll get with you a little bit later. I'll give you this other lady's number I found the other day. And maybe that's another resource just before you hang it up.
All right. All right, ma'am.
Okay. Janina. I'm like, where are you like?
I am here.
Yeah, you're both places.
I know. I didn't want to pick up.
Oh yeah, it's okay. What is your winning name? Oh, it's gonna be an echo.
Oh,
I use.
can you hear now? It's okay.
I'm sure they can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. There are a lot of learnings now doing being a new agent, entering the team. So definitely there are a lot of tools they need learning, a lot of stuff to doing. I received my email yesterday and one day before I was like a boom, boom, boom. So I was freaking out when I tell my husband, help me, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared here. I said, calm down, I'm going to help you. Yeah, he was helping in something. So my husband should be very happy because I am very nervous to pay online stuff. So I never like it, including going to Amazon. I ask my husband, everything is okay, I don't pay too much, and it's correct. I say, yeah, you're okay. So for paying my heart and doing other stuff, I was, oh my God, he's sleeping. What am I going to do? Just wait in the morning. I put all my details. I left my computer and then in the morning, come on, check it out. Is this okay? Yeah, it's okay. I say, boom, bang. So it's not the stuff of school. We are working in real estate, investing long time, no, but I was more in the office to working. I going to buy properties with him, but especially when I using my Spanish translation to helping her and to helping him. But more my job was in the office doing my proper management and my own business, my tenants, and I'm doing all the accounting, the booking, all the stuff. I'm working a lot of my business. But normally when I have a new tools, I'm a little scary. I don't know what I'm going to do. So, but I'm working. And yesterday I didn't go sleep if I don't finish all my emails to checking everything. It's okay. What I need pending, I need to do. Like I have a bunch of questions still I need to do. So I have on my list. But yeah, this week coming be a lot learning for me. So I am happy. A little nervous because there's some stuff that I never using, but I think I can do it.
Well, don't be nervous. It's a lot, but it's all good stuff to learn. So, and we're all learning with you too. So, next week is going to be a lot of training and a lot of information. So, just like you said, you have questions and you can ask them in the huddle or ask them in the the right class next week and get those answers. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see who's next. Oh my God, it's so quiet. You guys sing to me or something. Penelope, what is your win and your learn?
What do you want me to sing to you? I got.
Whatever you want.
I wish I can't
Think
sing.
some people about it.
It would have been pretty cool if I got on here rapping, just freestyling, right? That would have been dope. No, good morning, everybody. My win and learn. I had all this time to prepare. My win is I found my client a rental. We've been looking for weeks, y'all. He's a young guy who's moving down to Texas from Kentucky, and they were very particular about what they wanted and needed, and we just find it down here. We don't have a lot of 4 bedrooms down here, and I mean, I drove this guy all the way up to Rosharon and just looking for a lease and rental. Well, we found one. And with that came I learned because I got emotionally attached to this. Like I was losing sleep over a lease, trying to find this man a house for his family. And I got really, I had to kind of teach myself this week that I'm gonna wear myself out if I just, just start stressing and did we get this and did we look over here? And it was just taking some of my own personal time. So yeah, that was my win and learn.
Awesome.
Welcome to real estate, Penelope. Yeah, I'm learning so much. I have to learn how to balance. I'm naturally an anxious person, and it's this week. Yeah, it was stressful trying to find him a place, but I'm just glad we found it. He can bring his little family down, and it's the perfect home for them. So,
Yay. Chelsea, what is your win? There you are.
Good morning.
morning.
I have so many wins and learns. I feel like I say that every week, but I do.
Good.
So my win, one of them is definitely my baby turning 9 today. I don't even know how we got here, but I am so thankful for all my babies, of course, but to be able to have breakfast with him for his birthday this morning. After breakfast, came home to take a shower to head to the office, and we had not only no hot water, but no water in general. So that was cool. So we're running, a little farther behind than we thought we were this morning, but we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. We're just rolling with the punches. So that's definitely a win, just getting to be with him this morning. And getting my dad's house under contract was a huge win. You all heard that spiel yesterday, so I won't go there, but it's a win. And so I'm ready to see this one close and see it through. My learn is that, we as humans, as parents, as wives, as husbands, whatever, we are resilient as heck. As long as you're willing to embrace it, right? So you're constantly embracing the change and just life in general. Things either work out or they don't, and okay, pick up your pieces and move on. And keep God at your forefront always. That's my go-to. But we're resilient, and we really can knock so much stuff out when we just put our heads down and do what we need to do. So big learn there. My other learn is I had the parent football meeting last night for my boys for high school. OMG, I don't know what I'm about to walk into. I got a whole nother part-time job, y'all, with with both of my high school boys in football, practicing 6 days a week. My daughter starts volleyball for junior high or middle school in August, and then Owen's in youth football. I thought I had a time block before, but I'm in for a rude ASS awakening. But again, again, part of my learn is just figuring out what that's going to look like, how I be present and diligent, but still have business grow and build and show up for all of you guys. So just learning all around this week, but good learns.
Yay, good stuff. That's good stuff. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning. My win, I had clients, they were engaged, young couple, sweetest couple. They were looking for a lease for a house, and I was at my wit's end towards the end. I mean, I started talking to them about getting an apartment. They were denied twice. The second one, they were approved and denied. It was just back-to-back denials. We couldn't find anything. Their file was pretty difficult in their defense. New jobs, both aren't really starting for, until the end of the month. Relocation, I mean, the whole package. But anyways, long story short, my win is that we finally found one for them. So I'm super excited for them. They were dead set on getting a house. They wanted the space. So resilience there. So that was my win. My learn, actually, after a recommendation from Aislinn yesterday about 2 condos and posting online and just really SEO optimization. This is going to apply to pretty much anybody that's posting online. So I did some digging on Claude, and guys, there's just certain keywords, I would say, that Facebook versus Instagram versus TikTok all gravitate to from an algorithm standpoint. And for Facebook, I learned putting comment info, or just putting info if you want more details at the end of your post will flag the Facebook algorithm more than just message me or DM me. It shows interaction, it shows engagement as far as the Facebook algorithms go. So if you guys are going to be posting anything online, Claude recommends, again, engagement specifically for Facebook and just specific hashtags. So that was my learn.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
See how we all learn things? That's really cool.
Yeah, because I've seen people post if you want, info, write info in the comments, and I'm like, well, that's just silly. Like, why not? I just never well, come to find out, there's a reason why. It just shows Facebook's algorithm wants engagement. They want the back and forth. They want you to engage and have people comment and not privately DM you. They don't care about that. So it's almost like falling on deaf ears as far as the algorithm. So when you specifically put, info or message me for info or comment for info, it's algorithms saying that you're actually trying to engage and keep people on Facebook longer and the back and forth. So you're going to get more from an SEO standpoint. You're going to get more when you're searching, your post is going to pop up more.
Nice. Thank you. Tanya, good morning. What is your win and your learn?
Good morning. My win is my son, he's 1.5 tomorrow actually, but he's had a lot of appointments. He's had a lot of things going on, one of which was going to result in needing surgery, and I've been really anxious and worried about that. But they say that they think they can hold off another year if he still has the same issue, that right now it's not, too concerning. So I get to breathe a little bit more, not, super worried about that, going under anesthesia. It's been a big stress on me lately. My learn is that when it comes to clients, if it doesn't feel like a good fit, don't force it. Because my first listing did not end well. We are terminating actually early, and I was blaming myself. I felt like I failed my first listing, and that, I have something to prove, being a new agent and all that. I was just blaming me. And as I spoke with people, on our awesome team, they helped me realize that sometimes it's just not a good fit, and that's okay, and you don't have to read into it more than that. So I'm definitely learning from that experience, and I took a lot away from it, and I'm feeling more prepared for my new listing appointment on Monday.
Good stuff, Tanya. And prayers to your little one. Hope everything continues on the, feeling better going forward.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing you here next week too for Eid. Can't wait to see what you're gonna learn and how you're gonna, put all that into place with your career.
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. Unfortunately, my fiance lost his job last week, but that has freed up my availability because we don't do daycare. So I've been able to get in the office more and able to work a little more and all that. So I'm just going to take advantage of this time and try to pursue my career in the meantime as much as I can.
Awesome. All righty.
Hey, Tanya, can I add something right quick? I don't know you. I've never met you, but I love the energy that you bring to the group. I love the questions that you ask. I love how you putting yourself out there. So I know this is just the beginning and you're going to thrive whatever it is that you do. But I know for sure you're going to thrive through real estate. So keep it up, girl.
Thank you. Y'all been giving me a big head lately, but I actually really needed it.
See, this is what it's all about. All righty. Okay. Marcus, did you go already? Because I see your name and I wasn't sure if you had already gone.
No, I haven't gone yet. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My win and my learn. My win, I'd probably just say turning 34 this week. And starting a new journey. This is something I've wanted to do. I've been thinking about real estate for a couple years now, and I finally just made the jump to go and do it. And sometimes, most of the time, when around my birthday, it's a time for myself to just self-reflect on where I'm at in life and this new journey that I'm on, and I feel like God has me exactly where I'm supposed to be. So that's my big win for this week. And my learn is I'll probably just say getting more in tune with AI, with Claude and Chat, and Gemini and all of those. I mean, I use them already, just in regular daily life, but I never thought to incorporate it into actual help with my business. So being with you guys has really shown me the benefits on how it can help with that. So that's my learn this week.
Right. Good stuff, Marcus. And happy birthday again. 34. Be 34 again. Nah. Yes. No, actually it was good times. But all right. Nice to hear. I'm going to piggyback on your AI share because I think we're all in the same boat as embracing what AI can actually do for us and for our business. So yeah, good stuff. So keep it up. Anybody, Aislinn, did you go already?
Thank you.
You did?
I went early.
here. Yes, I helped start it off.
Glorious, go.
I don't know each other.
Glorious. Good morning.
Good morning. Did y'all say my name?
I did, yes. What is your win
Okay.
and learn for the week?
Let somebody else go right quick. My phone just rang.
Lori?
Okay. I got an earful today. I've had 1 week. My win is that I went under contract on 2 properties, 1 terminated yesterday, and my lease client that is a challenging situation. Literally, I feel like I am begging and pleading for landlords to just give my clients a chance. They're a tough case. They've had an eviction, not an eviction, a broken lease. They've had a collection on another lease. She is being forced to move because the property that she is currently in was foreclosed on and bought by another landlord so that he could live there because he got custody of his daughter and he wanted to be in that specific school district. And so he has been so wonderful. He has offered my client a $3,600 moving allowance. And when the prior property management company sends him her security deposit, he's giving that back to her as well. So I literally last week sent out probably 10 packets at the recommendation of our leasinator, Joe. Got a response back on Tuesday night. My landlord is going to accept your client. Here's the rent, here's the deposit, here's blah, blah, blah. Was in contact with him yesterday morning. Will you send the lease? Where do we pay? Got an email yesterday. Scratch that. My landlord's going with another tenant. And it was just a day yesterday. Like, I just felt so depleted. And, so those are wins. They're wins because they teach you, right? It's not anything. While I was sad for my clients and I dreaded making the phone call to my seller saying the buyer has terminated after the option, my sellers got the earnest and the option. It's still tough stories. My seller was in the middle of doing an extensive list of repairs for the under contract. But at the same time, the win is, my lease client, I showed her properties last night and there's some hope in one. She has to be out by August 7th. So we don't have a lot of time and she's just stressed out. And my seller is just like, okay, that's all right. Give me time to finish the repairs and we can put it back active. And so it was just great conversations with them yesterday. My learn is, oh my gosh, I have another under contract that I'm representing the buyer. And we had put in an offer about a month ago. It didn't get accepted. They went with another one. My clients really loved this property. She cried when I told her they didn't accept our offer. Last week, they came back, said, Lori, if your client's still available, the buyer's financing fell through. If you'd like to resubmit, go ahead and resubmit. We resubmitted. Jennifer Groove is on this file. Get accepted, get under contract. And my client tells me, I need to tell you something. I charged for going back to school. I did the afterpay stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like, okay, don't do anything. Let's call Jennifer.
Jennifer calls me on Tuesday night to tell me that the afterpay is not the problem. The problem is our client has withdrew all of her money out of her bank account and has it cash stashed at her house. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And she said, I can't make this shit up. So now we are having to, she's having to put the money back into her account, $2,000 at a time, one time a week. So this may extend closing because she has more than 4 weeks of money to deposit back into her account. And so the learn in that is in my buyer consult that, you know, even though we tell them don't charge, don't make any big purchases, don't make any big withdrawals, like really explaining what that means and that your money has to be in your bank account. You know, her reasoning was if she knew it was there, she would spend it, which I appreciate the transparency and the honesty. And she knew that we were house hunting. I just didn't know that she was withdrawing all her money out of her account. She wanted to pay her earnest money and her option. She wanted to go take cash down to the title company, and it's like, no, sister, don't work like that. Like, so Jennifer just, you know, of course, I'm very confident Jennifer's gonna make this happen, but those are my wins and my learns.
Her commentary is the best, though.
Yeah.
Like, what the?
Yeah, she is, and that she was throwing those F-bombs all over.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that is.
Some good lessons, right?
For
Yeah,
sure.
a lot of learning. Let's see. Let's go back to Glorious. Are you ready?
I am ready. Good morning. Sorry, this is my alter ego.
You good? Go right ahead.
Alrighty. So my win is our client moved in that we talked about last week with the 4 rental collections, and we found out her son had an eviction. Yeah, you can have those. Go sit down. Yes. So that's our win. Well, that's my win because I went back and forth. I thought the agent was going to renege because after he got the application fee, he was like, okay, we have to verify her. And I said, well, you already approved her. And he was like, oh, I never said that. But he did say that because that's why I told everybody that he said it. So that was interesting. But anyway, they got the keys on Sunday. I met her after church. So that's a good win for me. My learn as of yesterday would be not to have, let's see, I empathize with Tanya, I empathize with Tanya and Penelope. I need to stop empathize. I need to stop making things that are not my issue, if you will. So yesterday, we had a client where I actually got into a yelling match with an agent. They wanted my clients to sign the lease and pay their deposit within less than like 12 hours, right? The agent was very rude, and I don't know if people get to a certain status to where they just think that, you know, leases are nothing, but the agent was like, your clients need to sign immediately. And I said, well, we're on the way to the house to view it. He told me that I caused all type of commotion. Because why would I have them apply and they hadn't viewed the property, which we know that is the process of how Joe and I work. We do it 10 times over and over. We got to the property. The agent then called me and I didn't answer. And I said, I'm not going to go back and forth with the yelling match with you anymore. My client, like, we're literally walking through the house. Well, it made her feel uneasy because she didn't want to be rushed. So my learn in that situation is next time when I get a lease in my inbox, I'm going to go ahead and prepare it regardless, because my client was, like I said, she was scared to sign it because she felt rushed. Even though it was the home on her top list, it was top on her list. So my learn would just be next time prepare it, and then that way we can just execute as soon as possible. I kind of let the clients essentially run the show, and then I felt bad because after we viewed the rest of our houses on the list, she wanted the first house, and they had automatically denied her because we didn't have everything done in the 20 minutes that they wanted. So that was pretty rough on me, because had she listened, because I tried to get her to sign it, or at least I tried to prepare for her 3 hours before we viewed the house, and she said no, she didn't feel comfortable. But my preparation had nothing to do with her. I could have still prepared it, and then, like I said, executed when we got into the house. So now that was her calling again, so we can go out again today for the next set of houses. And so my learn is just to not deviate from, whatever I think is best, and don't let anyone else's anxiousness be my anxiousness. I know it's kind of a lot, but that's all.
Yeah,
I feel like though that's weird that they want you to sign so fast. Even if
I
they
know.
don't sign immediately, you're not giving them time to at least review and ask questions. She might have dodged a bullet because
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he became really rude. And like I said, I know there's a lot of agents of a certain status. I've dealt with people high and low. It doesn't matter. I'm a people person. But I think the way you speak with somebody, it just says a lot about you. And he gave us 20 minutes. He had sent the Bank of America information at 9, and he wanted it done at 9. And I said, well, no, we need to go view it. And he said, why would you send an application and you hadn't viewed it? And I said, well, it was an application for consideration. Like, I know their profile is good. They make well enough money while they're purchasing. They have a lot going on. I don't think that it's a conversation right now, as she has to adopt children and her sister passed away. And it's just a lot. So a rental is what fits at this point. But yeah, I think she dodged a bullet as well. It's just after we got to the house, she fell in love with the house, and then she became unsure of the process. So it's just a lot. But again, my learn is to not let anyone's anxiousness become mine, especially. No, Lobo can't go outside. You have to wait. So that's my learn.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Okay, Natalie, you got something?
You don't have nothing?
Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna go for sake of time. I'm gonna just say that my win is my husband. I heard a noise over the weekend in the attic, and he got up there, and even though it was incredibly hot, and I said, no, let's wait until it cools off a little bit. No, he wanted to go in there, so he did, and figured it out and whatever. And it's just, I can say something like, hey, I wish we could do this, or why don't we consider this, and he'll just act on it 70 or 80% of the time, not all the time. But I'm just so, he's my win. He's my win.
Hey, hold on a second. I want my wife to hear that. So I'm gonna take that in there. Hold on. I want you to repeat that.
What? My husband's my win?
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
He is. Yeah. And learn, I think I kind of piggybacked on Marcus, just the AI and how we, incorporate into work, and really Claude, because I feel like I've been using ChatGPT and Copilot to help me with other things, but the things that Claude can do. So I look forward to Aislinn showing me a little bit of what she said that it would do with bugs. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, that's it for me. Natalie?
And my win, I'll just make it super quick. My win is that I was all alone this week. Ava was out of town with her dad, so I had a lot of time to just declutter, just do some things I needed to do, and just have some time all by myself. I love it. Love these kids, y'all, but gosh, it's nothing like, especially going through all this up here. It's just great just to not have to worry about nothing but just myself. Like, it's wonderful. Oh my God. And then learning just on the AI thing too, and just learning to learn it. That's what I'm trying to do. I know that we can get someone to show us and help us and teach us, right? And that's all a great thing. But I just heard Ozzy talking about the other day, and he was telling us how we need to ask it to break it down and to dumb it down and to learn it and to, to be able to learn it and do it. So that's kind of what I'm learning to learn it. So I'm excited though, because
Yeah.
obviously we're hearing a lot of good things about it. So,
All right.
yep, that's it, guys.